What's up, guys? It's Claytano. Today I'm going to do a video showing you guys the top 10 best beginning monsters. Now, these aren't the best monsters to have while you're beginning. These are the best obtainable monsters. Because obviously, if you spend money, you can get the 5-star monsters right off the bat. But this is going to show you the best obtainable monsters for free-to-play players that are just looking to get started in the game. So it's a very, very useful video. And again, all the monsters you can farm, and I'll go through each one, how to rune them, things like that, what you're going to be looking for. So to start off here, the top 10, I'm going to start with number 10, work my way to the best, because that's typically how it's done, you know. So to start off here, let's go to the Wind Yeti. Wind Yeti is going to come in at number 1. I mean, not number 1, number 10. The reason why is because he's very, very easy to get. You can buy him from your shop even for about 20,000 crystals. Definitely a good investment there. He's got an amazing heal skill called Synergy. It covers the HP of all allies in proportion to the number of surviving allies. So that means the more people that are with you, the more he's going to heal. So as long as everybody's alive, make sure everybody's alive. Use that heal. It's going to do massive amounts of heal. Definitely a good monster to have. He also has this, which stuns the enemy on a 30% chance for each turn. Definitely good to have some stuns there as well. And then this normal attack decreases the attack speed of monsters. Wonderful, awesome monster. Definitely a good way to start off our top 10 here with Rakaja. Now I'm going to move right along here to number 9. Number 9 is going to be a monster that you get automatically for completing quests throughout the tutorial here, and that's going to be Teon. Now the reason why Teon's a good monster to have is because he's given to you already. I made the mistake when I was first starting out to feed him. Don't feed him. He's a good monster to have. He gives you that increased HP in dungeons by 17%. Not the best leader skill, but definitely a good one to keep on hand. Now, the reason why he's number 9 on the list is because of his revive skill. That's light of recovery. You're not going to get very many revive skills right off the bat, so having someone with a revive skill is definitely good to have on your team. Now, research. This is one of the most OP skills in the entire game, and I'll tell you why. Because if someone uses a skill, he resurges them and they get to move right away, right off the bat. It fills their attack bar up, which means they get another turn. Again, one of the most OP skills in the game. And you're not going to use Teon late game, but definitely a good monster to have starting out. He also has a stun skill for his first skill. It's called Onslaught. It has a 24% chance to stun. And I apologize. I said I was going to go through runes on the video, but in order to make it not too long, I'll just put the rune build in the description below. So just check that out here in just a second. Now, coming in at number 8, we're going to be looking at Raoq. He is the fire Inugami, and he's going to be your damage dealer. That's this guy right here. He's going to put out as much damage as you can possibly ask for at these beginning levels. He's got this skill right here. It's called Annihilation. It means if you kill an enemy, he's going to get to move again right away. His second skill is called Team Up, and what Team Up does is basically attacks with another person. So if you have that Rakaja or that Teon, they have a chance to stun with that turn as well. You also have a chance to slow the enemy with that turn as well with your teammate. Definitely a very good skill to have, but his claim to fame is Scratch, meaning he has a 30% chance to continuously just keep attacking. and also his defense break for 50%. The defense break is an amazing skill. You definitely want someone on your team with defense break. He's definitely a good monster to have. He's a little bit lower on the list because you got to get him a little bit later on. He's not super farmable. You got to be able to beat 5-mon hell to be able to get him. I'm not sorry, not 5-mon hell. You just need to be able to beat 5-mon in order to farm for him. But definitely a good monster to have as far as dealing damage. Number 7 on the list is Ahman. And the reason why he's so low on the list, people excuse me, people would probably think that he's supposed to be a little bit higher on the list. But the reason why it's not is because he's a little bit harder to farm. He is obtainable through secret dungeons. But once you're able to beat him in the secret dungeon, you can farm him pretty much any light day. Also, another reason why he's so low on the list is because he needs very, very good runes in order for him to be good. Now, he is still a good monster to have on your team, even if he's not super well runed. But still a very, very good monster here. He's got a leader skill here, which increases the defense of all light monsters of 30%. It doesn't matter if you're in arena, dungeon, guild wars, anything. That's always going to increase that 30% light attribute. Definitely good for that Teon. Now his claim to fame is his passive skill. It recovers 12% of max HP every time you get a critical hit. Now this is why you needed those good runes, because he typically needs to have 100% crit rate in order to be useful. He has this skill which deals damage proportionate to his max HP, which is definitely good to have on an HP monster. That means he can be very tanky and still put out some damage. And then he has a provoke for his first skill, which with a 50% chance. So again, with a provoke skill, being a tank, you want to take the damage off of your, say, your Raoq or other squishier monsters. Number 6 on the list is Shannon, and the reason why Shannon's on the list here, she's one of the best support monsters in the game. Even mid-game, people still use her. I wouldn't use her too much late game, other than maybe to farm Giant Speed 10. But if you watch my Giant Speed 10 video, I still don't use Shannon. But a lot of people have her on their Giant Speed 10 team. Her main reason in being is to be a support. So she has Pep Talk. That means increases the attack power and defense of allies for 3 turns. 3 turns. That's amazing. There's not very many other people, not many other monsters that have 3-turn buffs right now. I think the only other one with a 3-turn attack power buff is maybe Hua He. And if I'm missing anybody else, just let me know, comment on below. But that's all I can think about right now. Also with this one, her decelerating, it decreases the attack speed for the ally targets. So attack speed is one of the most important attributes in the game, because if you don't have any attack speed, you can't attack. So if you keep decelerating them, decreasing their attack speed, you're going to get to attack more. That means you're going to be able to put out more damage and take less damage. And her first skill, again, everything has a purpose here. Her first skill has a chance to land glancing hits. So if she lands this skill, that means the other monster that she lands it on has more of an opportunity to basically do pussy damage against you. So one of the best support monsters right now in the game. Being a 2-star monster, you can get her from the shop as well for about 20,000 crystals. Definitely a good monster to have on your squad. Now, coming in at number 5 is going to be her best friend here. It's going to be Bernard. He's a little bit harder to obtain. You got to get him through farming a dungeon, and he is from, I believe, Ramagos is where you get him from. He has a leader skill, 30% attack for wind attribute. Typically don't use him as a leader. but he needs this skill right here, which is Tailwind. Increases the attack speed of all of his allies and increases their attack bar, similar to that Resurge, but just on a lower scale. So it increases it by 30% instead of 100% like Teon's Resurge did. Also very, very beneficial skill. It's going to be his Body Slam. It decreases the defense and the attack power, so basically just cripples enemies with that for 2 turns. Very, very good skill. And to top things off, he has a skill that does damage according to his speed, and that's a good thing because Bernard needs to be as fast as possible. Typically people run him with over 250 speed. Myself, I don't have that good of runes on him right now, so I'm running about 230-ish speed on him, give or take. I think maybe 220 at the moment because I re-runed him for a little bit more tankiness. But definitely want him as fast as possible. People still use him late game. I still use him in my arena offense, and I'm a Guardian player, and I only have him 5-starred right now. So definitely good to have him. Coming in at number 4 is the infamous Ramagos, otherwise known as Ramagos. The reason why he's so good is because he is a tanky motherfucker. He is very tanky, and he can do damage like a freaking madman with clean shot. So basically, the more HP he has missing, the more to do to. So wait on this skill until you get down to very, very low HP, and then just fucking annihilate someone with it. And then as soon as he uses that, you gain an extra turn, which means you can immediately crouch, get your defense 2 turns boosted, as well as recover 30% of your max HP, which 30% of his max HP should be about, I don't know, fucking like 20,000. Maybe not that much, but if he has 50,000 HP, it's going to be a lot of fucking health that he's going to regain back. And then he also has this, which deals damage proportionate to your max HP, which again, his skill set is just everything works together. It complements itself very nicely. Again, great monster to have on your arena offense if you want to just bait fire monsters with him and then nuke out a arena. You know, you have a tough water Epicon priest that you're looking to kill. This is your guy right here. Very, very good to have. People still use him late game. I personally never got into him because I had other monsters that were able to deal with it, so I never built one. But I've seen very, very, very good Ramagoses, and they're very annoying if you don't have someone that can counter them. Me having Zeros, I have a counter for him because then he can't clean shot and he can't heal. So without that, he's nothing. But he's still at number 4 on the list because he's a very, very tanky and very, very damage dealing monster. Like, he does 30,000 damage, no problem, on one mob. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Darion, which is the light Vagabond. Oh, and for Ramagos, you can get him from the shop as well for about 20,000 mana. But light Vagabond is going to be next here. I'm just looking to pull him up for you. The reason why he's so good, he has a passive skill, again, decreases the damage that all the other allies receive by 15%, so makes everybody else tanky. This skill, it's not the best. It's basically just an attack debuff. However, it doesn't do too much damage because it's not damage proportionate to his max HP. You want to build him very, very tanky though, with a lot of HP because of his first skill here. It's gonna decrease the target's defense for 2 turns, and then it does deal damage proportionate to your max HP, which means if you have him with 30,000-40,000 HP, he's just gonna be wrecking people. So definitely good monster to have there. You can get him from a secret dungeon on light day as well, same like the Bearman there, Ahman, the light Bearman. And number 2 is going to be another monster you can get from light day, and that's his brother Belladeon, which is the light Inugami. And he is just an awesome monster. He has another defense break skill, just like Raoq did the fire Inugami. 2 turns again. His C's, that means it gets rid of any beneficial effects on the target. That means if they have 5 of them, it gets rid of 5 of them. If they have 10 beneficial effects, it gets rid of all 10. Definitely a good thing to have if you're trying to fight another water epic. I know those are very popular in the early stages. Not a good monster though to have late game as far as the water epicon priest goes. But Belladeon, I still use her in my defense. I still use her on my offense. I use her on all the dungeons for the most part. Just very, very good monster to have. Has an awesome heal skill that recovers HP and the attack gauge. So again, attack gauge wins fights with an arena. Very, very, very good monster to have. Coming at number 2, that's Belladeon. Now, the number 1 monster to have, and you know, I may get some flack on this, but the number 1 monster to have is going to be Konamiya. The reason why she's number 1 is because 1, she's very obtainable. You can get her from the shop for about 20,000 mana. Number 2, you can get a ton of fodder Konamiyas to increase your skills, to max them out very, very quickly, very, very inexpensive to do that as well. Just an awesome monster, and the reason why is because peace, that's going to remove all the harmful effects on your allies. Again, if there's 20 harmful effects on you, boom, done, and that's all of them. That's not just yourself, that's every single ally that you have with you. It's going to remove all the beneficial effects. And it's a 5-turn skill, but you can increase the skills to only be a 3-turn skill. So that means every 3rd turn you can get rid of every single beneficial effect you have on yourself, as well as, you know, a good heal. You get about 23% heal, maybe I think it might be 26% heal on it. So not a bad heal, but definitely good to use for removing those harmful effects on you. Now it also has research, just like Teon, again one of the most overpowered skills in the game, and then the same first skill Onslaught, which has that chance to stun, which comes in handy more than you could probably imagine. So number one beginning stage mob right there, Konamiya. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's hopefully one of the best informative videos that I've made so far. I know I've made a couple of troll videos, but if you have these 10 guys in your beginning stages, you're going to be a lot farther off than anyone else. And again, just check down there on the description to show all the best builds for them. And I'm also going to kind of tailor it to starting out, because I know, you know, not everybody's going to have the best build runes, but you can kind of get an idea of what you're trying to work towards as far as that. And as far as Konamiya, again, I use her to this day. A lot of the top players 6-star her. I haven't done that yet. I just keep her at 5-star because she's more of a utility monster, but definitely good to have these core 10 monsters in. But I'll stop right now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a lot from it, and I hope you guys just, you know, take my advice. You know, even though it might not seem like the best advice, I've played this game for over a year now, and Konamiya's and these 10 monsters are gonna boost you a lot farther than any other monsters would at the beginning stages. Now, obviously, there's, you know, 5-star monsters that you might pull. There's 4-star monsters that you might pull, but these are the easiest to farm and the ones that are going to make the most impact in your game. So comment if you have any questions, like it if you found it helpful, and subscribe because I make videos every week. And that's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of your week and the rest of your day. All right, bye bye.